Hello and welcome to Be Confused with your anonymous hosts.
Hello,
It's another
everybody.
episode, and we don't really know what we're going to talk. I mean, we never really do know what we're going to be talking about, but we were just talking about. Oh, I was talking about because my co-host here, she decided to delete all her social media, so now she doesn't know anything that's going on.
Well, because I have anxiety and it like creeps up on me because I've been dabbling in TikTok since they banned it, and I was like, no, they're not gonna fucking take it away from me. I'm gonna use it. And then recently, in the last few
But did you
days,
read the notification when
do
it
you
came
have
back?
it? Read it.
I don't
I
have it.
want
It's
to
that.
thank President Trump for
Yeah.
saving TikTok. Like he just saved the whole entire TikTok world.
Oh, she's the best.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's
We
horrible.
love President Trump.
So even though that was the message, you still have that. You still have TikTok.
I have to delete it. I can't use TikTok. Like I can't. It literally gives me anxiety.
Just rebuild your algorithm.
No, because I love the stuff that I have really strong women there, people of color. I have queer. Like my algorithm is really good, but what they're talking about is advocating for all the shit that I want to advocate for, and I just get like an overwhelming sense of dread. I start grieving my future. I start grieving the world for everybody else around me. Today I recognize my privilege, that I am not a person who is afraid of being deported. I'm not a person whose gender identity has been erased. So I have a privilege, even though I'm still a minority, a woman. I still have some shit going on. But what was the question? Why do I still have TikTok?
Yeah.
I need to delete it.
It's
But also,
hard.
I do like
because you don't have a PlayStation. You don't
actually
have
I have a Switch.
like a hobby, like a
I do pottery.
yeah, but like something that you could just do whatever you want. Just in your house, you don't have anything to do. You just want to chill on your phone. Like
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I just lose my phone in my house because I don't want to be on my phone. But also, I just feel like,
what do you do? Push-ups? Like what is it that?
what do I do at my house? I put music on, I'll clean up. Um, I don't really have that much time on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays because I'm here until 6:30, and then I get home at 7.
Well, you bake. I guess you bake.
Well, we can't bake anymore because eggs are like the price of fucking
Yeah, but it's because of
the chickens.
the chicken flu.
Yeah, bird flu.
Not the chicken flu, the
Avian
bird flu. Aviar. What?
Avian flu.
Avian.
Yeah.
Virus aviar in Spanish.
So I have TikTok because I also like posting, because I do try to post advocatorial posts. Advocatorial? Is that a real word?
I think it's advocacy.
Advocacy posts?
Advocacy.
Advocacy posts.
Yeah, you're advocating
in my posts.
So yeah, so advocacy. I think that's the word.
Okay. So I do post that sometimes, but it's more in like I don't think I fear monger with my posts. I'm just like, that's a little bit weird.
One of our listeners approached me this morning and said that we should, with the current, everything, all the political things.
We have a local listener?
Yeah.
Oh.
And they told me that, hey, be careful now with all the political things and all the tension. Careful what you say in the podcast and all that.
I don't want to, though. Right. Part of it is because we're anonymous. That's why I want people to respect our privacy.
And the emails that are linked to here are not directly, we created it new, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not linked directly to any one of us.
So I also feel like in the last episode, I think you were talking about how you're going to die for a cause and stuff like that. So I feel like us talking about this stuff is advocating. I also feel like it does put us in the potential for crazies to find and do what? Kill us? If they're going to kill us based on this podcast, then I better get posthumously famous. Because what the fuck? You're going to kill me because I'm just saying like, hey, our disclaimer, we don't know what we're talking about.
Because it's usually the people that believe in free speech, and they believe in free speech as long as
it's about what they want and how they want it.
Yeah.
So our literal disclaimer says this may or may not be what we believe. This may or may not be based on research. This may or may not be, what else? What is our disclaimer?
Our disclaimer. Oh, I don't know. You're the one that always says it.
I know.
I forget.
I forget. It's been a while.
Wow.
So you know our disclaimer. You heard or
Yeah.
listened to some of the earlier
yeah,
episodes.
actually, yeah. Listen, if you haven't listened to the other ones,
Yeah.
just watch them again. We need views.
But I also have had that thought is like, what the fuck? What if they find us? It's not that difficult to search an IP address or whatever they do. And what if they find out where we work, where we live, where we go to pottery, and they try to hurt us?
Yeah. Yeah. And today, this kind of goes in the talking about, since we're talking about political stuff, people that are very passionate about these things,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, current people that are following the current administration.
Mm-hmm.
We work at a mental health office.
Mm-hmm.
Can we say that, right?
Yeah.
Why I said it.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in the field, or a lot of people close to me that are in the field, the approach that they're taking, it's valid.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
And basically, what their approach is, talking to the clients, letting them know and to recognize their circle of control. Hey, you only have control over these things. You don't have control over what's going on out there. And
which is 100% true.
Yes.
You only have control over what you're doing, how you're doing it, how you're approaching life. And I think perspective is a major role. It has a major role in how we see the world. So they are right with, listen, you have only certain things that you can control, and that's what you can do. Continue.
But I also feel like that's a decision to do nothing about it. Nothing about the issue. An issue that is real, an issue that is hurting life, an issue that, for example, I think that approach works perfectly here at this office. As a counselor, you cannot change the life of someone. You just, you're a counselor. You counsel. You help the client go through whatever situation they're going through. But that only applies to here. For example, I'm doing my internship right now at a victim advocacy center, and right now funds are frozen, and our role is to help solve these victims' problems. And there's nothing we could do. Just stare at their faces and
listen and provide them a space,
and just letting them know that, hey, this happened to you. Fortunately, that's something you cannot control. You know what you can control? Your emotions. That doesn't work for someone that has gone through sexual abuse right now. They need resources. They need someone to be there for them and to solve this situation they're going through. They need a government that cares for them. And that's what's going on. So just saying and just reminding people about what they can control or not, I don't think it's the right. Yes, it makes sense for the setting that we're at, but this is not the solution that we have for the world.
Because I'm seeing clients that are bringing up things like this, and I'm like, yeah, like we have to control it. Like I feel like an idiot presenting that to them as not a fix, not a something to. I just feel like that's not enough for the capacity, the amount of shit that's about to roll down this hill.
And I think it's okay to say that. I mean, I don't know. Do you think it's okay to say that there's no answer then?
For sure. And we have to be okay with there not being an answer right now.
Yeah.
There is an answer, and we just haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
I think what we're doing right now and having conversations like this, and again, we are trying to create a safe space for people. If you want to, leave it in the comments and have these conversations where we can be like, okay, so even if you voted for Trump, even if you said this man is going to save America, he is going to make America the greatest country on the earth, let's talk about what is happening right now. People who are being victimized by other people, they need resources, they need help, and they don't need people just telling them, listen, it's out of your control. Try to control what you can.
Let them know that they have the right. Like, it makes sense that they don't see a way out of this. Let them know that, hey, we're fucked.
But also, are you going to say that to a client?
I
Hey, guess
think,
what? You're actually fucked. I know you got fucked earlier.
yeah,
That's a little insensitive.
yeah, that's okay. We're anonymous.
Okay. I know you got fucked earlier, but guess what? You're about to get royally fucked.
No, but what you said, I think
Governmentally
letting
fucked.
them know, yes, fine, let's stay above the circle of control, but let them know, hey, there's nothing we could do, but we don't know the answer now. That doesn't mean that we'll never know the answer.
Okay, but also like if I were to talk to you
Because right now, I
as
feel like by saying these things that they said over there, we're just deceiving the clients.
yes,
It feels
but
like
that's what it feels like when I'm talking to them.
yeah, because we know that there's nothing we could do,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just letting the client know, hey, there is something you could do. Here in this little circle of control, you can do these things, but we know that there's nothing that can be done with what's going on, and it'll probably get worse. So it feels like deceit,
Yeah.
and it doesn't sit well with me.
I think like all of these techniques that we're learning and that we're applying in therapy sessions, it's for a normal society. Right now society is fucking on fire. It's burning, it's crumbling, it's being blown away. Everything is happening. Society's being changed in a way that I don't think a lot of people, especially our age, has seen. So we don't know how to operate under our society crumbling. There have been people who have gone through segregation because they're older. They're aware that listen, like it does get better. And I can appreciate that. I can appreciate, listen, it will be fine. Guess what? You might die on the way to it being fine, but it will be fine. But that doesn't alleviate the fear, the stress, the anxiety, the fucking grief that's coming with, oh yeah, I might die. My future is so uncertain. And at the same time, our future is just as uncertain as it was in 2008, in 2013. So it's just as uncertain. We have no idea what our future is going to hold. But based on what's happening in the present, our future looks extra fucked.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you say? How do you operate as somebody, a healer, as a guide, as a counselor, as a mentor, as an adult, as a person who's responsible for taking care of your family, as a person who's responsible for anything? How do you operate when the world is on fire? I love the music.
I was gonna say that. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's the TV.
Like fucking elevator
There's background
music, right?
music. Yeah, it sucks because it was a really moving speech, and then we just have this annoying, uplifting elevator music there.
The thing is like, for me, I know it's going to be okay. I may not be here for it to be okay, but in this moment, I am having this podcast. I do have my TikTok because I do like to try to advocate. I do like to try to say things in not so aggressive ways. And I know that I'm an aggressive communicator, but I think like when you're talking to people, we need to find a common ground, and we need to realize that we are the ants in a bug's life and we're not the grasshoppers. I think a lot of people identify as grasshoppers.
It's really hard for me to see us finding common ground when I see Robert Kennedy's confirmation and Sanders asking him, "Do you agree that everyone deserves health care?"
Mm-hmm.
And then
No
they couldn't get an
answer.
answer out
No
of him.
answer. Yeah.
No yes or no. And you know what he did say? He said that someone that smoked, he asked back to Bernie Sanders, someone that smokes for 30 years or I don't know, for all his life, and then he develops lung cancer, should he have access to the same benefits as someone who didn't smoke and has lung cancer?
Yes, 100%.
Like, dude, what kind of fucking question is that?
Yeah. Like, I don't understand where
in that
break
case
is.
like this, the thing that I said earlier, Trump shouldn't have access to healthcare because he eats cheeseburgers and fries with soda every day from McDonald's. But if he develops diabetes or high blood pressure. What do you think that is?
Okay, so let's pick that apart. What do you think that is? Is that like a disassociation from humanity?
Yes, he doesn't. I don't know.
So is he really a lizard person?
What?
A lizard person.
Lizard.
Yeah,
He
I've
looks
heard.
like it.
I've
He
heard.
talks like one.
He looks
Yeah.
gross. He looks like
Like if
he's.
you listen to the confirmation, like that video where he's talking to Birdie, he looks like he's talking into a fan.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah, his voice is
Yeah.
so like okay, so that I don't think that we should make fun of like MAGA people here. I do sometimes. The politicians, I think we should make fun of them and
They're public
ridicule them
figures.
and
Yeah.
and treat them like shit.
Legally,
honestly.
we can say whatever we want about them.
Okay, but back to what you said. So RFK was asked a question in a political forum, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he did not answer it.
Yes
so
no
what
question.
Do we do? What does our government
so that's
do?
my point. Yeah, like there's how are we going to find common ground when we have people like that in Congress?
How do we enforce this thing that our government doesn't even enforce? How do we enforce that? Listen, as a politician, you have to fucking answer the question, whether it be yes or no.
Be willing
to answer the question,
or be willing to recognize that hey, I may be wrong. Or that do you think they know they're wrong, or do you think they? I think they do. I think they are doing this on purpose. Whether it be, I think we talked about it. Whether it's because of money, and they're doing it because they're going to make. Hello, I think your mic disconnected. Okay, I think we're gonna end it here. Finish your thought using my mic. Oh no, it's back on. Okay. Okay, so I think that I should plug my mic in, but I also think that these people are doing it on purpose for money. I don't understand the power behind money. I do not give a fuck about money. Money is just a piece of paper to me. Like here, our quote for the day is, "Do not let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace." Okay, bitch, we're trying. We're trying. Okay, thank you. We need like an ending song. You want to improvise right now? Chow, 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 chow. Okay. That's it.